record this call. All right. Most of us, I think, are all saying we're going to do this 80-day thing. And I know it sounds super, super like nerve-wracking because it's different than 20 minutes. And if you're doing 20 minutes, stay on the call. Like, it doesn't matter. They're like the nutrition you can use for Transform 20, and it'll definitely improve your results. But the transition from going from 20 minutes to 60 minutes is sometimes like kind of mind-boggling because you're like, well, I only had to spend 20 minutes and I still saw some good results. But it's also one of those things where 20 minutes was to get you in. Now that you have that routine, maybe wake up 40 minutes earlier and you can hit an hour workout that's going to change your life. Because this program, I've seen it change so many people's entire body compared to like Transform 20 was a lot of mental changes, I think, for everyone. They're like, oh my God. So even if you're doing either one program, like they're both amazing programs. I've done both. I've seen amazing results with both, but pick the one that you want and go for it. But just know that at the end of the day, like you don't want to be at this exact same spot you're at right now come 6 weeks or 13 weeks after each program. You want to do it for the results. So go all in, do the program to how it says, do the nutrition how it says, because that's how you're going to see the best results. On the other hand, if you mess up and you eat a piece of chocolate and you're like, oh my God, my world's ending and I'm never going to get results, you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot, and then you're going to be so mad at yourself that you didn't do it, and then you're just going to fall off completely. So give yourself grace. If shit happens, it happens. Like with 80-day, you're not supposed to drink on it. Well, hello, I turned 21 last year during 80-day obsession, and I was going to drink on my birthday, and I drank through the whole program. I wasn't going to like stop that because this program calls for it. So you just got to find that balance. You got to be able to roll the punch. If things come up, but you just got to plug into your workout every single day. Tune in because you never know how many changes you'll see. So one day at a time. All this is going to be on what we have on Beachbody On Demand. You can access it on your computer or you can access it on your phone. But basically, the first thing we're going to do is calculate what meal plan we're going to be at. And even if you're doing Transform 20, do this with us. So first you're going to do get your cell phones out with your calculator so we all kind of know where we're at, and then we'll just put what plan we are in the chat so then we can talk about each one. So your current weight times 11. So I'm going to do this too because I haven't done this in a year. So 163 times 11. And then that's your baseline. So then you're going to add 600 onto that. So say you're at 2,393. So say if you were like, I don't want to lose weight, I just want to maintain where I'm at, that's where you should be at, and then you would find the plan for that. But I think a lot of us still want to go down a little bit in weight, so we subtract 750 from that number. So I'm at 1,600, which puts me into Plan B. So if you're 1,500 and below, you're in Plan A. If you're 1,500 above, Plan B. I think everyone saw the best results in Plan B and Plan A, so I don't put anyone into Plan C because I think you would be perfectly fine in Plan B. So I'm Plan B. Sounds like I'm pregnant, but I'm not. So put it in the chat so we can talk because I want to make sure I cover both groups if people are in both. If people are only in Plan B, I'm only going to cover Plan B. So if you put it in the chat, then I can know. So that's where, and then after, this is just for phase 1. So after phase 1, then we recalculate where we're at and where our, because a lot of people see the most changes in phase 1. They'll see like Morgan, my coach, lost 15 pounds in phase 1, the first 20 something days. So after that, then you recalculate where you're at. Taylor, you're in Plan B as well. That's like where I'm at. Okay, so Plan B, Plan A, we're all kind of in that same general area. So basically, I'm going to talk about, I think I did it based on Plan B, but it doesn't matter. You'll find all this, and I'll share my screen so you guys can see it. So you find your plan that you're on. So share screen. So basically, you'll come to here. You'll go to Beachbody On Demand. You find 80-day obsession or Transform 20. But even if you're doing Transform 20, come here and find this meal plan. It'll help you through Transform 20. So you'll go, like, you guys should check out the starter guide. It's super good. You just got to get kind of knowledgeable on what's going on because you're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about, Maddie? Most of the time because you're like, this is so confusing. But at the end of this call, we'll have questions after whatever I've gone on. So this is what we just did. We calculated our calorie target. And then this is our plan. So we're all in plan A and plan B. And then you go down, I think that's it on this point. Okay, so then you go back, so we're all in plan A, plan B. Figured that part out. And then from here on the nutrition tab, come on Wi-Fi. You go to program materials. So your workouts will be obviously where it says workout list. Program materials is where we want to go next. And then under nutrition is where you can have your food list, which is super important. I really suggest printing these food lists out and putting them in your kitchen or putting them in your cabinet or wherever, because for some reason, I hate a lot of vegetables. I'm just going to put it out there. Vegetables are not my favorite thing to eat. And so I had a really hard time when I look at the meal plan. I'll show you guys what this is. But I was like, I'm supposed to eat 3 veggies a day, 1 for breakfast. And I'm like, what? How am I going to eat veggies for breakfast? And so if you look at this, it tells you each category, the foods you can eat. So I suggest printing this out because whatever's at the top of the list is the most highly dense, the best option for that category. And the farther you go down the category, the least nutritious it is for you, but it's better than what's not on this list at all. So keep that in your head. So for greens, I was like, okay, well, what other greens can I eat for breakfast? So what I found that I really enjoyed, and I know there's probably some picky people on the call, but I always did spaghetti squash. I would prep spaghetti squash, and I would just have that for the week. So I'd put that as my vegetable, and then I would put 2 eggs on top of it, and then I put some salsa, and that would be my breakfast. And so we'll go over the meal plans, but yeah, this is something you want to print out. We also have free food, so any of the sauces, garlic, things you garnish your food with, or mustard, all that stuff's free. It doesn't count as any containers or anything. Obviously water, and then it tells you some things to do to add to your water, coffee and tea, and then Shakeology bases. And then it goes into performance line stuff. But like I was saying, I was like, what veggies am I going to eat? And so that one worked out for my pre-workout meal. So with 80-Day Obsession, it's called time nutrition because you're supposed to be eating at certain times of the day. And everyone freaks out and they're like, well, I can't just always eat while I'm at work, or I can't always do this. But don't freak out about that. I was at work most of the time at the coffee shop, and yeah, I could snack on stuff, but I couldn't just eat a full-blown meal in there. If a car drives up and I have to be talking to someone. So what I did that really, really helped me is I set timers on my phone with little the hearts from the iPhone of what food groups I had to eat at that time. And so whenever I had a chance, that's what I would be eating, and that's what I prepped for wherever I was at. And that helped so much because otherwise sometimes I wouldn't eat because I wasn't necessarily hungry, but our body's craving that nutrients, especially because this program is taxing on our bodies. It's 60 minutes. It's not 20 minutes. You have to fuel your body, even though at the beginning of the week, you're going to be like, I feel like I'm eating a lot. Trust it because it really does work. So this is for Plan B. It tells you how many containers you're going to be eating for your plan. For green is vegetables for those newbies out there. Green is vegetables, purple is fruit, red is protein, yellow is your carbs, blue is a healthy fat. And you can go all into this on that last thing that I showed you, all the food lists. And then orange is seeds, dressings, anything like that. And then this is more almond butter or olive oil, that kind of thing. And so then this is our time nutrition plan. So they made plans for every single type of person that works out in the morning, if someone works out in the afternoon, if someone works out at night. So come on to here, pick it, which plan is going to work for you. But I highly, highly suggest becoming a morning person and trying to find time to work out in the morning during this program. And I know for some people it doesn't work, but if you can, really, really try, because I found that if I tried to do this plan reverse and did my workout at night and then ate my meal after, I was so hungry throughout the day. Whereas this, I feel like I'm front loaded, I'm eating, and I'm felt really good. And then throughout the day, I didn't need as much food. And then I had a bigger dinner at night. I felt that helped me a ton. So if you can try and work out in the morning, I know sometimes it's really early for us people that are running out the door, but if you can, that's one of my big tips, is try and get this out in the morning. So you see this and you're 60 to 90 minutes before I work out, what time am I supposed to be waking up? 3:30? I'm just going to put it out there. I never did that. I would eat my breakfast, drink my Energize, and then did my workout. And some people are like, I can't eat before I work out. you can switch your shake, which is meal option number 1, because if you see it's purple and a red, if I'm going too fast, I'll slow down, but you can always rewatch this video. But red is protein, and so that equals whatever our shake is. So our shake is considered our one protein for the day. So, and then purple is a fruit. So I like blending banana in my shake. A lot of people too didn't want to waste that like eating thing, because some people like to like physically eat, even though it like does the same thing if it's in your shake. So they would not put the banana in their shake, drink their shake, and then cut up their banana super small so they could be physically eating something. That's an option as well, but I just put it in my shake because it's easy. So you can switch meal option number 1 in your pre-workout meal if you're like, I can't eat before I work out. But I'm just going to say try, because this is how it's made to get results. It's like scientifically made this way because that's how it works. So try your best week 1 to follow this. And if it doesn't work for you and whatever things are going on, you can always try and do other things. But week 1, really try and stick to this as much as you can. And I like my pre-workout meal every day was usually, like I said, like spaghetti squash, 2 eggs, and then half an English muffin with some almond butter. And that's like sounds like a lot of food, but it fuels you through that entire workout because it's an hour. It takes so much energy out of you. And I have my Energize, and then as soon as that hit me, I was like, oh great, here I go. Did my workout, and then after my workout, it says you can use Hydrate and Recover. If you don't use Recover, it's not the end of the world. I'm not a huge fan of Recover, but that's just who I am. And then, so that was then. And then after my workout, I always just make sure you're drinking a ton of water. Like drink a ton of water on this. It's going to help you a ton. But you have to wait a little bit longer to eat your post-workout meal. And that's only going to help you because I would make it and then go to class, and my class was 50 minutes, and then I'd eat it before, like between classes. But you got to prep. If you don't prep in this program, you're going to fail yourself, because you're going to be like, well, I'm supposed to be eating a veggie right now and I don't have a veggie. What am I going to do? And then you don't eat, and then you're not fueling what you're burning off, and you're not replenishing what you have. So try and prep. If you can't make that 1 to 2 hour window and you're like, I'm going to work and I need to eat something. You'll be fine. Like if you mess up the timing by a little bit, it's not the end of the world. But what I found was that even if I just ate these meals in the order that they're on here, disregarding the timing section, I still saw really great results. And I saw that a lot of people, like even Morgan, who's lost 20 something pounds on this program and like was able to fit into her wedding dress because of this program, she didn't follow it every single time by the timing part, but she did follow. She always ate a veggie, protein, and carb together. She always ate, like for meal option 2, she always had a veggie, fruit, and a healthy fat. And so for a healthy fat, it could be hummus, carrots, and grapes, or something like that. So just really kind of like writing these out, I think helps too, like different options. I actually remember I made a snack list a year ago for each different section. I could share that with you guys. I forgot I did that. So that will be super helpful, because you're going to get really freaking sick of hummus and carrots if you're eating that every single day for that meal option too. So you definitely got to find and be creative. I also really found that I needed to like get out of that thing where like food has to taste good and food has to go together and it has to look a certain way, because sometimes I didn't have like all the stuff to make a perfect meal, but I had a veggie and I had a protein. So I would eat like broccoli, a veggie burger, like just like the most random things in the meal to complete what I had to eat of that container, if that makes sense. So don't be so obsessed with food. It's just there to to neutralize you and give you the energy you need, but don't be obsessed of how it tastes, because sometimes it's not always going to taste the best. Let's see, container count, I'm trying to make sure I hit everything. But the pre and post workout, it's always the same. It's always a veggie, protein, carb. That one's super easy to like memorize. But doing the alarms on your phone is really going to help. I think that we're all going to have to really lean in on each other in the Challenge Tracker app, because sometimes you are like, I am going to give up on myself. This is really hard. I don't know if I have 60 minutes, but if we're all in there tracking everything every single day, I think it's going to help a ton. And if you find a recipe that fits that, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to share that with the group, because everyone needs to know those things. So I'm definitely going to be sharing a ton of recipes. Keep it interesting, because it's 80 days. You've got to keep things like different. Otherwise, if you get so static, you're going to be so bored and so like over this by the end of the time. Probably also why I haven't done it in a year, because by the end of the 80 days, I was so excited, but I was also so excited to be done. And then all about getting the veggies in, because the veggies are definitely going to be the hardest. And then making sure that your portion sizes are actually the correct portion sizes, instead of like, oh, I'm eating that food group, but my portion sizes are double what they should be. So really focusing on making sure your portion sizes are what they should be. I have a little conversion sheet if you guys don't have the containers, because I know the Transform 20 pack didn't come with the containers. I'll post that conversion sheet in our challenge tracker app as well. But I'm going to show you guys a way to get a bunch of recipes that are 80-Day Obsession approved, is what they kind of call them. So you guys have access to this entire cooking show called Fixate that Autumn Calabrese made with her brother. And so when you go on to Beachbody On Demand, you can do this on your phone or your computer. But under the nutrition tab, so usually we're on workouts, but if you go under nutrition, you'll find Fixate. And so you can watch the videos on how they're made, but I just like going to the whole entire cookbook we have access to. So you go to resources and then recipes, and then it's just a PDF. It's pretty lengthy. Like if you had a good printer, you could always print this out. 258 pages. That's kind of crazy. But what's really cool about it is that, so they break it down like different breakfast recipes, entree recipes, there's like snacks, and then I think there's like some dessert ones. And so like come later in the program, you do get some desserts, which is like the most amazing thing ever. And like, yeah, they're healthy, like chickpea brownies, but I've never loved a chickpea brownie as much as I did by the end of this program. I was obsessed. But there's so many recipes. And so one of the cool things, like these muffins, you'd be like, a muffin, how would you be able to fit that into this program? But on the thing, every recipe on there that is approved for this program says 80-Day Obsession right here. So you could fit this into your daily thing. And then it tells you everything you need, all the different ingredients. Like if it says, where is it, grass-fed butter, like I just use regular butter. Like you don't have to be super specific, but that's what her recipe calls for, because they're trying to be as clean as possible. But they all have that 80-Day Obsession thing if they're approved. Like this one, blueberry maple, not approved. But then breakfast squash right here. So this is like where I found most of my recipes. Like my favorite, the chicken stuffed bell peppers, I usually use ground turkey, but I'm making them tonight because they're Fixate approved and they're on here. I don't know where exactly, but you can go through this and find recipes. And then I think it's easier just to look on here, be like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting, I'm going to go find that on this page. But using this, because we all have access to this is free. It comes with your membership. Like you have access to all this nutrition stuff as well. So I think that's all on this. I wanted to stop sharing my screen. But what I would like to say is that if you follow this to a T, to whatever that plan tells you when to eat and what to do, you're going to see amazing results. And if it says drink Energize, or if it's saying like drink your shake, drink your shake. And if you want the discount, do the discount so you can get it for cheaper during the program. But if you drink your shake every single day, like I'm not always going to be like, oh, you have to buy it. But if you can, do it, because it's there for a reason. They tell you to drink your shake for a reason because of the superfoods. They tell you to drink Energize because it's help you get through your workout, because 80 days is mentally draining. But like even just like the post-workout and that stuff, like they made that way for a reason, and not just to benefit Beachbody to buy more product, but it's because it's actually nutrient dense and it's going to help you with all the replenishing stuff going on. But I think if there's anything you want is the shake. Like Shakeology is the superfoods of the world. It has changed my life, and I haven't stopped drinking it since. And even with Energize too. Like I never tried Energize because I was terrified of pre-workout. And then they're like, you should drink it with 80-Day Obsession. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll try it. And I ordered it ever since because it's addicting. And then other equipment, if you guys don't know this already, you need the bands and sliders. I think I said this if you're ordering, but you can get them on Amazon. You can get them on Beachbody On Demand or beachbody.com or whatever. I think they end up being about the same. Like I know the Transform 20, the step is way cheaper on Amazon than it is on Beachbody. So I bought mine on Amazon because I'm not trying to break the bank for a step that says Beachbody on it. Like that's how real I am. I'm not in it for like all the bonus points that you can get from that stuff. But I think the bands and stuff end up being about the same because you get 6 bands from Beachbody plus their sliders that I actually like better because they're bigger than some of the ones you get on Amazon. And then if you do have your own bands, so the ones that Autumn uses is a yellow, green, and blue band. The yellow one is the lightest, the green's medium, blue's heavy. She'll probably say this in the beginning of the program, but it's nice to know if your colors aren't the same as hers, what each one means. And then by the end of the program, she like doubles up on bands. Like you're gonna be like, holy crap, I'm so strong. But I think that's kind of all I had written up about the program. But if you guys have questions, okay. Sorry, I didn't see Tori's question. Is there a shake that's cheaper that could be a good replacement? I don't know. It's hard to say because Shakeology isn't just like protein like most of them because it has the vitamins and the antioxidants and all that stuff in it. So I don't think there's really an equivalent. But I mean, if you had to, I'm sure you could find something at GNC or one of those, but I don't know a name off the top of my head. Like I used to drink the ones from Costco and I thought it was like, oh, this protein's really going to help me. And then I gained 30 pounds while I was drinking it. So I don't recommend the one from Costco, but that also could just be how I was working out. Like my nutrition wasn't good either. So it wasn't just the shake, but I don't really know. I mean, I would just say like maybe even find a lean protein source, maybe use a multivitamin, but yeah. Does anyone else have any other questions? You can put them in the chat or you can unmute yourself because I know I kind of covered a lot and I might have talked kind of fast, but I mean, I'm really excited, especially because like coming into Cruise, like the abs you get from this program are freaking insane. Like every move you do is targeted at your core, your butts, and your arms. Like that was like the 3 areas that I look at the pictures. I'm like, oh yeah, like that's like AAA. Like I think so there's like 6 different workouts. The first one's total body core, but AAA is like arms, abs, and ass. And so like that's one of the workouts for the week. And like I swear every workout that week is like that. So just be ready to just blow your mind. Like that's all I have to say because it's insane. But you just got to go for it and just keep thinking at the end journey. Like at the end of the day, am I helping myself get the results I wanted? Is this why I chose to do this program? Because sometimes you're not going to be motivated. Like that's life. And people always are like, Maddie, how are you so motivated to do your workouts? And I sometimes don't even think motivation's that real. Like I think it's just being driven to get somewhere. I guess that is considered motivation, but it's not like I wake up and I'm always like, I can't wait to do this workout. Like Shaunathon, 60 minutes of Transform 20 on a step. Like I wanted to kill myself. And the whole time I was talking myself out of the workout, but I still finished the workout because I know that if I quit, that wasn't going to help me. And I can't go and tell people like, I just quit the program and then still try and like promote Beachbody like in the workout. So just do the program to the best of your ability and be able to look at that photo after the 80 days or if you're doing Transform 20 after the 41 days and be like, damn, I gave it my all. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I know some people are kind of eager. They can get started tomorrow because it's Monday. I think I might just because the cruise is coming. But if you want to wait till March 4th and give yourself a little bit of a break, there's also like the Little Obsessed workouts on there that are 30-minute ones, or there's a Little More Obsessed, which is 45-minute ones. So it's basically the same thing of 80-day obsession without all the breaks. Also, one complaint I get a ton is how much they can't stand Autumn's voice. I'm one of those people. Her voice literally is like shrieking in my ears sometimes. So I just learned to like turn her down, put your music on, and just you can look up and see what she's doing. But I mean, sometimes you're not going to want to listen to her on full volume. I'm just going to put it out there. Like sometimes, I mean, she knows her shit, but I'm like, Autumn, stop making jokes. I'm trying to work out. So don't think you're the only one that can't stand her because there's a lot of people out there. But she knows what she's doing. Can you start without the bands? I mean, I guess yes. You definitely need some dumbbells too, but you could probably go without for like a day or so, but I wouldn't suggest like going a week without the bands if you can help it. Because there are moves that don't incorporate the bands, so obviously yes, but they're definitely there to help you grow the booty because that's where most of them come in. Yeah, can you start with the bands? Yeah, I paused during Shanti 61. Yeah, for sure. Me too. Haven't received the package yet, and I did want to start tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be a bad idea. I think you could definitely, and I think your package would be here by the end of the week. So I don't think it would inhibit because you're going 80 days. Like if you can't, your bands aren't there, don't worry about it. But yeah, you can either start tomorrow, start March 4th with a lot of other people. But I mean, once you get like order your pack, you're like, I'm not trying to wait another week. Like I'm ready to go and do this. So go after it. Like that's like, so exciting. All right, I'm going to take a quick little photo, and then we are good to go, and we're going to freaking kill this program. I'm so excited because last time there was only like 3 of us. Like it was my first time ever coaching. Like I think I had 3 people that ever joined me. That was last January with this program, and now I have over 100 people that are in here. So that's super exciting. All right, everyone smile. 3, 2, 1. Yay. All right. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the My Challenge Tracker app, or you can text me individually or whatever, or message me. But if you don't have my number, that's probably the easiest way to get a hold of me because I text back faster than my Instagram DMs. So if you have any questions, please feel free. You're not bugging me. There should be a million questions with this program because you're like, can I put this with this, or can I change this and this? And just totally text me those questions. But all right, bye guys. Talk to you later.